government name, Chekwa Vinici, formerly of Amazon Prime, Cooking with Chef Chekwa Vinici show. I'm doing my own thing on YouTube. All me logo. That's a C and an S to form a heart. Got it on my hand. Let's talk about that product. There's a reason why I started this. I just bottled up my black cherry vinaigrette. Right now, at this moment, just at George's, I have been slow footing it. My partner, Mr. Uncle Jimmy George, is probably frustrated with me. I don't blame him. But there's the black cherry vinaigrette. We got that at George's Neighborhood Grill. That's where the recipe was originated at. The chef's love, which a lot of people know, is known as Chuck's Love, but I named the company Chuck Love Foods. So this is Chef Love's all-purpose seasoning. That's what we hear today. Last week we did that black cherry salmon, which was to die for from a person that is not a salmon lover. But the Chef Love is great all-purpose seasoning. Next month I will do another thing with the black cherry. I don't know if it'll be a live video. I know I'm doing guacamole. I'm also doing my tarragon chicken salad as well. This is your boy Chuck Love. Let me flip this camera back. As I always said, the reason why I started this show, one, because of my seasoning. The reason why I didn't name it like Cooking With or the Chuck Love show, cooking show, is because I wanted to be all about the love of food and the things that I love so much that inspires me to keep doing. And with that being said, let's talk about one of my plants, Eve's Needle. I don't know how to say the real name. It's some Lubulgapadapa or whatever. But that is Eve's Needle. It was given to me yesterday by Timeless Blossom, cool family, husband and wife. As I said, always I want to make this all about showing love. But out of all my plants that I just recently got on my anniversary, I got this gift from my wife, and it is a white monstera. Look at that funky looking pot too. That's pretty nice. But this white monstera, I cannot wait till it gets bigger. Why am I talking about plants? Well, because plants and food go hand in hand. You know, I look at like vegetables, my garden that I somewhat destroyed, and it's not as good, but I'll learn from it this year and be ready next year. But I wanted to kind of come over and talk about my love for the plants. Got 13. Hello. Let's flip this camera. Look at that monstera. Give you an idea how big that leaf is. But these are my babies. I'm about to probably bust him up and sell him most likely. What's good, Flawless? How you doing? Don't know your real name. Once again, Vinici. These are my plants. These are my babies. Flawless. Or is it? I don't know. Can't see your face. But what's good to you? You're my first person to come in and make a comment. Appreciate you, Dave, the legend. What's up? Say hi. How you doing? We here talking about my love for plants, as it goes hand in hand with my cooking. A little flashback from the cooking show from Amazon. But y'all here today to talk about ribs, and I'm giving up one of my secrets, and I'll share a story when I first took over George's Neighborhood Grill. Uncle Jimmy, he did ribs. I said, hey, I'll do ribs too. You do it your way, I'll do it my way. And he was like, okay. So that's one reason why I picked the ribs today. And then two, it's an easy, fast video. It looked like it was going to rain today, but it ended up just sprinkling a little bit. But the beautiful thing is I'm not doing the ribs, and I'm doing them inside. So my camera lady, my wife, also the lady that makes my gear. And Flawless, you were my first person in here. Are you still in this room? You're the first person that was in here and that said something. That was a requirement. If you're still in this room, please say something, because you won a prize. I have a prize for you. You get to pick it out. If I don't have your size, then I will turn around and have my wife make one for you if I don't have your size. But I'll show you kind of what it is. But please say something. Hopefully, you're still in here. But right now, we are going to get into the ribs, making the ribs. All right, so first thing first, I gotta look down to make sure I don't step on my dog. That's Blue. He's my personal assistant. Everybody, he's got the new mohawk going. I'm taking the ribs out the cooler or fridge. I guess would be the right thing to say. I could not find none at the farmer's market. They were all sold out. I got there at 10:30. Obviously, 10:30 is too late. I really wanted to feature a fresh farm, but instead, I ended up going with Myers ribs. I lay them down face down. I'm gonna grab some gloves. My wife hates when I look for stuff. She wants me to have it all ready, but these are the little things that I don't really care about. And I want to show you how natural and how I'm like a human, not a robot. Not I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. No one is perfect, actually. So there's always going to be something. Hopefully, I don't step on my dog during this show because Homeboy is hoping that I drop some kibbles and bits for him with his little mohawk thing. So, all right, one of my favorite knives, Global. Not using my custom knives because I'm really not cutting open, and my custom knives is only for food and food only. All right, so I'm going to take this rib out of here. This baby back rib. That's what everybody eats except for me. I don't eat pork. Anybody that knows me knows I only eat beef. I will sample it or something, but it looks like the silver skin's already off. Let's see here. So normally you want to pick at the ends, but it looks like the silver skin is really off. Let's see here. It's the only downfall about gloves. It's hard to get it started with gloves on. No, I removed that silver skin. The first slab that I cooked, it wasn't removed. Huh. Okay, well, down to business. Take one glove off. Trash that glove. And what are we here for, people? Chef Love Seasoning. Alright, so did Flawless say something yet, camera lady? Let's see, what's good? No. Tina, hi, how you doing? Alright, so I always put my hand down at the end so I can make sure that seasoning get on the end. And I want to hit a nice coat of it. A really nice coat. Alright, now, today I'm using John Tom's Original Barbecue Sauce. He is a friend of mine's. He is now in Myers, and I hope this guy can help me get into Myers my damn self. So, hitting that barbecue sauce up. Alright. Rub that sauce in. Alright. Flip it over. And repeat. And you know what we're using? Chef's Love. Also used to be known as Chuck Love until I actually became legit. Bluegrass Superior Foods is the place that bottles up my seasoning and my dressing. You see I'm doing a nice little generous portion over it. I pulled out a brush to brush this, but the more I got thinking about it, I really don't need a brush if I got some gloves on. Alright, this is a big fatty meaty part. I want to make sure I get some good seasoning. Remember I said, repeat. JT's Barbecue. I don't know. I feel like there's another JT's Barbecue out. Maybe that's why he didn't go with JT's. John Thompson's Barbecue. Good friend of mine. He's in Myers. Alright, glazing them ribs up. Getting them nice and glazed. And then sauce. The Italian comes out when I say sauce. Okay. Look like the ribs got a good portion. I'm going to put a little more on. Now I'm going to pull out my pan. Some pan release spray, veggie spray. I don't use the butter stuff because it'll burn. But the veggie spray or the pan release spray is good. So get that nice and coated. Then, because I'm not cooking it out on the grill, I'm going to use a little bit of liquid smoke. I'm just going to put some dribbles down the middle of the pan. Then I'm going to take this slab of ribs and put it right on there. Now, I'm not going to be touching no more meat no more. Just going to lay that there. Hit it up with a little bit more barbecue sauce. Because now I want a nice little thick coat of it. And I'm going to put more barbecue on it later. So, kind of dab. Dab it on so I can be nice and thick. Any viewers saying anything? Okay. I need a little bit more of that sauce. I did some short ribs I got already in the oven. Yeah, nice thick coat. Alright. That's looking good. Alright, so once again, now a little light coat. Not a heavy coat like the first one. Just a little bit. So this is John Thompson's barbecue with some chef love. I did a blind taste with my family. We're a big Sweet Baby Ray's person. And they couldn't really tell a big difference. There's a little difference. All right, this is where I'm about to lose everybody. This is plastic wrap. I know it says foil, but it's not. My foil, my plastic wrap box end up messing up. So I'm putting plastic wrap over here. And I hate these little perforated things. I just use a knife because I'm not dealing with that. And it don't come, and then it starts sliding across my meat, and like, oh no. So two, pull a little bit back. Sorry. Camera lady almost dropped it. Like, wow. Got one job. She's telling me shut up. All right, so get the plastic wrap around. Want to make sure it's up on the edges. I know y'all like, what is going on? Plastic wrap in the oven is not cool. Well, it is cool. Alright. So now, foil. Alright, here's my little, this is the secret right here that I was talking about I was giving away. Alright, so I'm going to take 2 pieces of foil. You don't want to put it together and like, because what we're going to do is we're going to make a pressure cooker out of this bad boy. This plastic is not going to burn on the meat. So, notice I put the 2 foil sides inside, lining it up, laying it down flat, fold, nice big fold, all the way across, then another fold, not as big, about half, I guess, just there. Then you want to fold it out again in half. Now you got a little small, tighter fold. And then one more fold. I don't really think it matters about how many folds. You just really want to make sure that you got this where it does not let out any air. Bam. Now, fold it down, and then I'm crumpling it all up under the lip of the pan. And any meats I do that needs to be cooked slow and long, this is what I do. Roast, I do the same thing. Ribs, do the same thing. And even if I'm cooking my ribs outside, I'm not gonna lie, I will cook them a little bit in the oven this way, because what happens is when you take this plastic wrap and you put it with the foil, it turns, the foil burns, the plastic wrap burns to the sides of the pan. So it end up creating a pressure cooker situation so that none of that moisture seeps out of the pan. And that's why it's important to do this little fold. And then you want to make sure you securely roll all this up underneath. And let's see if the camera lady can get up under there, see how tight and roll that is. So I'm just gonna make sure it's nice and tight and right. And once again, I go around the pan for the last time. This part right here is an area where sometimes it don't get tight and right because you got a thick piece of foil overlapping, but you want to make sure that you get that all the way around. So it's important. Now we're done. So I turn the oven on 425, and then I cook it for 15 minutes at high heat, and then I turn around, I cut it down to 250, and then I cook it for 2.5 hours. So that's 2 hours and 45 minutes. So I'm gonna put this in the oven. I guess I need to grab something. My glasses just fogged up. Didn't think about an oven mitt. I don't use oven mitts. I only use a towel. And then I'm going to put this in the oven. Well, you know what? It's not gonna fit both of them. So it's gonna do a little thing where I act like I went into the future and pulled out. But earlier I put a thing in. I don't know if they're done yet, but on this pray and hope so that we can start the second round. If not, I have somebody to blame. All right. So this right here has been in here for 2 hours and 30 minutes exact, but I didn't get that extra 15 minutes. I will say this, be careful when you open this up, because one, if they're not done, you want to be able to seal it back up and finish it. And then two, the steam can burn your hand. So look at that. The foil is not, the plastic wrap is not all messed up. So we're gonna, and if you see, I don't know if the camera can get them steam and them vapors coming out of there, but as soon as I crack that, it's like tons of vapors. My dog is going crazy underneath me. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah. So now these are ready. The cooking gods were with me today, so I don't have to blame my wife. So that's the ribs right there. Look at all that juice in there. Gonna put this in the trash can. My dog is hoping and praying that it falls on the ground. Then this rack right here, I made for somebody. And I'm about to put some more barbecue sauce on it. Remember I said I put the oven at 425. So we're gonna put that oven at 425. Bake 425 because we just threw a rack in there. I am about to grab some more sauce to put over these ribs. This one's cold. And this is for a different client. Well, it's not really a client. It's my stepmom. And she'd been begging for my ribs forever. So I turned around and told her I was doing a video today so that she can come and get some ribs. So now I'm just glazing them. Nice thick coat. Because now what I'm going to do is turn my oven up 425, and then I'm going to bake this barbecue sauce in. During that process, I'm going to talk to y'all a little bit about my story with when I first started at George's and my rib situation. Just want to make sure it's nice and coated, because now we want to caramelize this as much as possible. Making sure I get all that thick sauce over there. Get them bones. Let it scrape that sauce off. All right. So, you know what? Let's do this. Let's turn the oven. Stop. Broil. Bake. Broil. Let's do a broil high. Watch out, Mr. Blue. The ribs that I put in, I'm going to pull them out just so I can get this rib done. And I want to bake that barbecue sauce in there. All right, I'm gonna take over this camera from the camera lady. Once again, we're all here for these two items here. Chuck Love, Tiffany, Tina. Oh my God, no way, not Tina Kerr. No idea I could use plastic wrap. Thanks. You're more than welcome. All right, so the ribs are in. Let's see, what time we got here? It's 4:51. I got the ribs baking. So, let me show you something else I'm doing today. I'm not doing a video of it, but I have some grilled peaches. And then I'm going to make a grilled honey peach basil margarita. I'm so happy. I can't wait. But I want to talk about, once again, the love of my new love, found ideal of my plants. The Eve's Needle that Timeless Blooms hooked me up with. My buddy Matt King in Anderson. My wife got for me. This is a white monstera. This has been something new that, me and my wife have been doing together. And I really, I cannot express how much I love it. Like, when I love something, I go all in and go crazy. Randy and Tina are watching. Oh, this is special. And y'all came in for the ribs too. Wow. Well, speaking of the ribs, you can get them at George's Neighborhood Grill. They're ran Friday, Saturday, and some Sundays if we don't sell out on Friday and Saturdays. Almost the same recipe, a little bit different. I just changed it up just a little bit. These are the ribs that I will do if you came to my house. So there's that. But when I first started at George's, the reason why I picked these ribs is because it's a great story. And the story was me and Uncle Jimmy George, the owner of George's, used to be, came to me and was like, hey, I'm doing ribs. And I'm like, okay, I'll do my ribs. He's like, no, my ribs are perfect, this and that. I was like, well, my ribs are really good. And then that's when I said to him, you do your tray of ribs, which was like 5 slabs to a tray, and I'll do my tray. So they do 10 slabs on Friday, and then 10 slabs on Saturday. And then they'll run leftovers from Friday and Saturday on Sunday, normally. Or sometimes Monday they'll run them as well because they'll do like a rib basket. But back to the story. So Jimmy was like, all right, I'm doing my ribs. Why do you think yours is better? And I said, mine's will be more tender, more moist, and more juicier. Well, he turned around and kept saying, no, mine's are good and they fall off the bones. I said, mine's will literally leave nothing on the bone, okay? So just trust me, Jimmy. He's like, all right, whatever. So we did it, went against each other. My ribs came out. They both tasted exactly the same, except his was a little more drier, and mine were way more moist and juicy. And we switched it completely over to doing it that way going forward. So that was the story of the George's rib situation when I first took over. Now, I would like to talk about my plants a little bit. 2 of my favorite places, Rustic Roots, and then Ruth, like Ruth Chris, Ruth's Garden. Rustic Roots in Noblesville. Ruth's Garden is on 54th in Broad Ripple. Love them places. Squeegee. I don't know what you said. Faith Mac 648. Not sure what that. I can't hardly see because it's so small. But anyway, I want to talk about my plants for a second while we wait for these ribs. Here's some of my new pickings I just got. then my alocasia, my kiwi, another alocasia, my ring of fire, the white monstera. I forgot what that one's called. That's a joy, which I just kind of did a little wrap around. This is another Burley monstera, I think it is. And then my little fern, and then the Shrek. I love the little Shrek one. That is just too cool for me. Just thought it was super cool. And you see my monster over there in the corner. I got an albino that I have propped in the water. My little fishtail. Everybody loves time. Time spent with family and friends is worth every second. Then the Hondo, the 100-inch, if you don't know. And then my big Zilla in the corner. All right, so let's see how much time. We got 5 minutes unpassed. So let's check on these ribs and see. Oh my God, yes. Flip it, flip it. Look at them ribs. Okay. They are definitely caramelizing. I love it. I say another 4 minutes. Another 4 minutes with these ribs and they will be ready. And I guess I'm gonna have to take a little bite just to try, even though I don't eat pork, but I will just for the show and because it's important to make sure it tastes good. I will taste pork always. I'm not like Muslim or anything like that. Let's talk about one of my babies. Look at this beauty. I love anything that's variegated like this. I didn't see this on here earlier. Wonder why it's got them little spots. Be freaking out. I just found out that like these plants, they don't like regular water. They like bottled water. You might have as many plants as you have tennis shoes. Actually, I got more plants than I do tennis shoes. Look at this. Look at all these plants. Then check out my bar sign. Proud of my name now. There's my bar. The dollar wall. Everybody if you don't know, you better ask somebody. And I love this little thing in the corner. I know y'all thinking blue and yellow. Here he goes with all this Michigan in his house. There you go. The wall of shame and suckers. Look at that. All the way across. Got plants in here too. Got some plants on this backside. This bad boy. So this is I got this little plant area you haven't seen either. All right, I can smell that barbecue. Button and backed out for a second. I was like, oh my God, Lord, what'd I do? I can smell the barbecue sauce. So that means, ta-da, we are ready. Let's give it to the camera girl. Because I don't want to burn myself. We're going to use the tongs to help support it. Oh, look at that. Look at that right there. Man, that is some barbecue right there. All right, let's turn that oven back down to 250 for my stepmom to come and get her ribs. Or actually, these are ribs for the house or the neighbors or whoever. My granddaughter's over. All right, it's time to check the ribs to see how good they are. The camera lady should not be focusing on me. Bam. That's tender. That is 2 hours and 45 minutes. 15 minutes, 425. 2 hours and a half at 250. You see the ribs are falling off the bone. Like, look at that. Look at this. Oh my God. Like, there's really no meat that's gristle. Yeah. No meat on the bone. Barbecue. Pork.
Ah! Ooh!
Oh.
It's too hot, Blue. No.
Ah.
Sorry, everyone. Shoot. It's too hot,
Okay.
baby. Too hot.
Blue got the first bite.
You're gonna burn your tongue.
They pressure. For somebody that don't eat pork, I will say, they good, and my wife will be eating some.
Yes.
He's eating it. Blue's licking it. He loves it. A little flash down to him, licking his lips. Blue loves it. Blue, you think you can eat?
It's too hot.
His mommy said it's too hot.
Too hot.
But he can eat it. Let's go right here. Back to me. I'd like to thank everyone that has came in today. Tina, I'm super surprised you and Paparoni is in here. I cannot believe y'all two came in. I'm so happy. I can't believe y'all support me 100%. But I'm just for y'all to be able to get on here is awesome. Thank you for your support. Squeaky Fame Fame Mac or Fame Ma. Yeah, thank you. David, the legend, appreciate you in here. Flawless, not for sure who you are, but you were the first person to comment in my room, so you won a prize, and you was the first person in the room, so thank you. And my next video is August the 1st, and it's really just going to be me prepping for my wine dinner. I have a wine dinner at George's Neighborhood Grill next week on Sunday. I think I only got 4 seats left, but I know there's like 4 people that said they're coming and told me that they was, and I'm going to call them today. But if y'all want to get in there, you better hurry up and book. Go to George's Neighborhood website, George's Neighborhood Grill website, and you can book. And if you book before these other ones do, sorry for them, I guess. Thank you for cooking tips. You're welcome. That's what this show is all about, is cooking tips. My wife is over here smashing these ribs that she said that she's not going to eat. She said, don't show me because I got on my work clothes because I'm going in the garden. But thank you, everybody. Appreciate y'all. Chuck Love out. Love from Michigan. I'm out. Thank you. I appreciate everybody. Blue is licking the floor clean. So thank you once again. Appreciate you. And as always, peace, love. And then let's do some fryer grease instead of hair grease. Peace.